Luchi. Thank you for taking the time for a question today. I want to talk a little bit about Oseni Buda and that how he played for both teams this weekend. What did you think about him with the first team, as well as what did you think about his performance with the second team? Easily could have been the MVP of the game and possibly MLS Next Pro the way he played. Thank you.
Yeah, Buda is definitely improving and showing readiness. We missed him early in preseason. He was getting a visa situation sorted out, but since he's been in preseason, he's been open to learning. He's got clear, natural tools. But when you couple that with a good mentality, youth, and his energy, power, and technique, I think he's got a bright future. I think he's got a high ceiling. So we're happy with his progress. The second team will continue to be important in his pathway to be a first team player and have a career. And then he got an opportunity at the end of the St. Louis game, and he got the opportunity at the end of the last game where I thought he was very active in the box, getting on the end of two crosses and in duels and with headers. And so, it's been positive steps, and we think he can continue to learn and grow and help this team compete.
Next question, Jamin Moore.
Hey, Luchi. Good to talk to you again today. In Houston, you face a team that started off the season with a couple of away games and weren't able to get results on the road. But now that they've been home for a couple games, they've got some momentum, a couple good results behind them. What do you think has clicked for them in the last couple games that you're going to have to be mindful of as they try to bring that momentum into PayPal Park? Thanks.
No, you could see their defensive organization the last two games with compactness and shifting and with moments of pressure on the ball that I think the organization is where, and the structure of how they're defending is just helping them stay organized, and then when they do win the ball, there's quick offensive transition. They have three dynamic midfielders in terms of playmaking and aggressiveness with Coco, with Herrera, and with Arthur. So those are good players with the ball, good players in ball recovery, and I think it's helped that team have a good defensive foundation that's difficult to break down. So, we're also hungry at home to put away chances that we thought we created pretty well in volume against Toronto, but we want to keep improving how we can set up attacks and be efficient in the last third, and also keep grabbing our defensive performances at home, where we're also recognizing to get players behind the ball, be compact in our mid-block, low blocks, and be ready when we want to apply pressure and do it aggressively and do it together.
Thanks, Luchi. This next question comes from Terimi. He asks, the team currently has an unbeaten streak at home. How does that provide a slight advantage, especially playing in front of a home crowd?
Streaks are an afterthought or an end result or a byproduct of a process. So for me, we don't use that type of word in our daily work and progress and objectives. It's just take it one day at a time. Let's be present in today's training, work on these things that we want to improve from the last game and going into the next opponent. And if those things happen over the course of multiple games or in a season, and they're positive, we'll definitely grab them and use them as references and know that we're capable of doing those things. So, but we're just focusing on Houston and trying to take advantage of being at home in the next game and pushing the next game. So one moment at a time.
Let's take a second question from Jamin Moore.
Hey, Luchi, thanks for taking another. I was looking at Jackson Newell's data, and one of the things that has really stood out to me is how early in his career, right when he came out of college, he was definitely a progressive passer. He had a volume that was closer to like 5 or 6 progressive passes a game. Was known for spraying the balls out wide from deeper positions. And then it seems like over the last couple of years, he kind of got away from that. His numbers were definitely about half what they were. Those numbers are back up again. Is this a conversation that you and Jackson, have been having? I know you want to be able to break lines and play forward as well. And is there been a focus on him getting back to that type of player that he was early in his career, where he was pretty aggressive and looking to play forward? Thank you.
Yeah, those stats are interesting. If you look at like forwards or wingers or the more offensive attacking players in terms of positioning, they are less likely to break lines passing. If they do so, it's a run receiving a ball in behind or dribbling to break lines, but they're not passing forward because it's the last line. You're attacking the goal. So we've been intentional about Jackson being really important in our build-up and being in positions to support our build-up. So close connections with our center backs, close connections with the other center mid in the midfield, close connections with our fullbacks. And is he lower than them, wider than them? And that's for him to read. We have different ways that we feel he can be effective. But, yeah, we definitely want him helping in our build-up because he breaks lines with his passing. And he's also developing breaking lines with his dribbling. And he can do it in different ways, different range of passing, short, between the lines, over the lines, wide for bypasses, diagonal. So he's going to continue to be really important for us to try to bring the game forward. And then that's also scouted. Opponents will recognize that, get pressure on him. But we have other quality players that can spray the ball as well. And then he'll find his moments. He's a smart player, and he'll find his moments. He'll find his pockets. And if they lose sight of him, he can also get in the box, get around the box, and score, which he's proven to do as well, and has improved that in his career in MLS. So we want to continue to make sure he can break lines in different ways and without the ball, and that's important in our game model.
Yeah. Can I ask a follow-up to that?
Sure.
So you mentioned, how that's, something that happens from deeper positions usually. So as he's now, being adapted into playing closer to goal, what is it that you're looking for in terms of him being able to play that type of final ball, in the final third that maybe he hasn't been asked to do in the past by other coaches?
Yeah, look, his style is a connector, and he's got his artistic moments. The game we play, it's a creative game. It's a dynamic game, and our players need to express themselves. And we try to give them a structure, an organization where we can be effective with and without the ball, and organized. But at the end of the day, it's also their individual creativity and collective creativity that we try to find the balance to help to optimize and let them express themselves so we can compete and win. And so, Jackson's going to find himself in different positions, low, high, inside, outside, and he can play make from far away, or he can play make on top of the 18. And I think he still has a lot of high ceiling and a potential to keep getting better and improve and put himself in a national team conversation again. And he's got the mentality, he's got the teammates, he's got, I feel, the staff and the club to support that. And so the more a team wants to scout him, or that's a credit to him and his progress. And he's had a great attitude to keep trying to get better. Every day you can see he wants to get better.
Thank you. Let's take a second question from Fabian before jumping to the Spanish portion. Go ahead, Fabian.
Hey, Luchi, thank you again for taking a second question. I want to talk a little bit about player availability for this match. If guys are coming back from international duty, or if Jamiro is still on a red card suspension, things like that. If you can give us some insight. Thank you.
Yeah, Jamiro's cleared. He's coming back as we speak from international duty, as well as Miguel Trauco. And I think those are the only two, right, in terms of international senior duty right now. I know Carlos picked up a knock against St. Louis, so he wasn't able to travel with Ecuador. He's still on a recovery plan. I don't have the information yet about his availability this weekend.
Luchi, if you don't mind, like Nico, and how's Judson coming along as well? Thank you.
Yeah, Judson continues to progress, as well as Nico. Nico has not trained with the team yet, but he's very close to that. Maybe even before the weekend he can. And Carlos is progressing well too. Again, I don't know his availability yet, but he's progressing well too. I think that's it. I don't think I'm forgetting anybody, right? Oh, Daniel, obviously, Daniel had a meniscus surgery, so he's still out for a few more weeks.
Perfect. Thank you, Luchi.
And let's say 2 questions in Spanish by Max Cordero.
Luchi, ¿cómo estás? Gracias por tu tiempo. La primera, profe, sería, la temporada mucho se hablaba de que uno de los grandes hándicaps del equipo era la falta de profundidad, algo que no permitía trascender, y el sábado pasado tuviste una prueba importante, si bien no te faltaban muchos jugadores, sí, la ausencia de Carlos es importante, la de Miguel también. ¿Cómo viste la respuesta del equipo en cuanto a cómo compitió, en cuanto a cómo se comportó ante un rival complicado y si eso te deja tranquilo pensando a largo plazo?
Sí, no, es un punto muy importante. Mira, cuando se lesionó Carlos contra St. Louis, nos afectó, ¿no? Porque pensé que estábamos jugando un buen partido, pero se pierde una pieza de intensidad en el medio, no es ideal, pero al final del día el equipo empujó, trabajó, y un jugador como Valísimo, para mí jugó un partido muy positivo contra Toronto. Él con sus compañeros, con Jackson en el medio, y subieron ese nivel de intensidad, de duelos, de garra, ¿no? Y esos son lecciones, esos son experiencias, pero muy orgulloso de Michael Valísimo para entrar el juego contra Toronto con confianza y intensidad y agresividad y con toque, con calidad. Y tenemos un jugador como Judson también, que recién está llegando. Él entró el último partido como solución al final y ayudó a empujar el juego y tratar de ganar. O sea que esa profundidad no se ve hasta que hay adversidad y hay que tener situaciones donde esos jugadores lo preparamos para jugar, pero yo creo que tenemos esa profundidad, tenemos las piezas en todas las posiciones para competir si falta alguien, y eso tengo mucha confianza y fe en el grupo en ese aspecto.
La segunda, profe, sería ya sobre el partido de este sábado, un rival complicado que llega en salud, que sabemos que tiene jugadores válidos como Héctor Herrera. ¿Qué tipo de partido te esperas en cuanto a las características del rival, y en dónde sientes tú que el equipo tiene que seguir engranando para poder dar su mejor versión?
Sí, como dije antes, Ben Olsen tiene mucha experiencia en la liga como jugador, como profe, y tiene el equipo bien organizado defensivamente y jugando con intensidad. Y jugadores en el medio campo con mucha calidad, como hemos mencionado, Herrera, Coco y Arthur, que tiene mucha experiencia en la liga e internacionalmente. O sea que muy sólido, muy sólido, y se ve por qué han ganado los pasados partidos, con esa organización y estructura defensiva, y también tienen las piezas que te pueden hacer daño en transición y te pueden atacar. Pero es un grupo que están peleando cada jugada con 11 jugadores, y nosotros tenemos que estar muy preparados y respetar eso. Y hacer lo nuestro, ¿no? En la parte creativa, y tratar de romper líneas y atacarlos, pero al mismo vez también hacer lo nuestro defensivamente, en nuestro bloque, estar compactos y batallar esos duelos donde Houston va a ser un equipo muy difícil para ganarlos.